You call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Well, hello you degenerate fucks, and welcome to The Degenerate Gambler. It's Thursday the 8th of February, back with another episode. Apologies about last week. Last week I had a lot on work-ways, and I didn't even get a chance to really even look at my bets until sort of late Thursday, early Friday. But I did post them early, and I did manage to get the main bet up, which, listen, is a good thing. I did put an extra point on. I went for 3 points because I could only pick 4 teams. But yeah, so I cashed out for £108. Was paying like 130, so it did cost myself a bit of money. But AC Milan were 1 up and then 2-1 down. And as soon as I went 3-2 up, I was like, right, fuck this. Can't sweat this no more. But that was good. I'll go into that in a minute. But yeah, so I'll just do the usual. Go through last week's bets, some stats, and then give a couple of bets for Saturday. We better have a look at midweek where the Champions League is back. And then I'll give you I posted my profit loss for the month yesterday. So I'll just have a quick go over that. So, excuse me. Yeah, so as I was saying, I won last week's main bet, but before getting into that, I actually won an early bet. Can't remember the exact teams, but basically I know I was waiting on Spurs, and they were winning 2-1, and then went in the injury time, and there was a couple of chances that I can't even remember now who they were playing, but they had a couple of decent chances, one really good chance, and then I just said fuck it, 7 minutes injury time, I'm just taking this. So the bet was paying like 108, and it took like 80, just under 85, £84.78. And that was in about the 90th, 91st minute, and then bang, 94th, 95th minute, I think it was, they conceded, and obviously drew 2 each. So that started the day off well. Not only did I get a bet up, but if I hadn't cashed out, it would have lost. So got to be happy with that. And then moved on to the 3 o'clock bets. So the main bet was Villa, Leicester, Orient, and AC Milan. So Leicester and Leyton Orient were the only 3 o'clock games. The other 2 games were 5 o'clock and 5:30. Leicester were 3 or 4-0 up pretty early, and then Orient went 1 down, but ended up going 3-1 up. So that was early payout. I think they ended up finishing 3-2. So basically waiting on the 5 o'clock and 5:30. So AC Milan went 1-0 up. And then Villa were, 2 or 3 up in a matter of 8 or 10 minutes. So that was early payout. And at half time in the AC Milan match, it was only offering me I think it was 58 quid. And I was like, they're 1-0 up, 3 games are up, So anyway, then I think the highest it went to was maybe 80 quid before they scored, before the team equalised against Milan. And then I just said to myself, if they go back in front here, I'm cashing this out. Then they went 2-1 down, and then they end up, as I say, went 3. They equalised pretty much straight after that, and then they went 3-2 up later on, so I cashed it. So look, in total, that's what, 190, £184, for Saturday. Happy enough with that. Pretty happy with that. The overs bet. So Weymouth and Hemel Hempstead was up. Newcastle Luton, both the score was up. Brighton Palace, both the score was up. I think the Bolton Barnsley game was 1 each, but the Grimsby Accrington, as far as I remember, it wasn't great. I think it was 0-0 for ages. There may have been a goal or so in it, but no luck there. Evening bet actually gave me a decent sweat. So at Young Boys were priced at 13-10 or something, at top of the league. And actually, that's one to keep in mind for this week. I think on Saturday again, they play about 5 o'clock, 5:30, and they're well priced again. Actually, while I'm on here, I'll quickly look it up. But Royal Union had them. They won Mali in the Ivory Coast. Over 1.5 was up, but the 2 that beat it was Cape Verde and South Africa over 1.5, or was it both to score, and it was 1-0. And then Oldham was a strange one because they had the most of that game and they're in good form, but it wasn't to be. So I just looked up that the Young Boys play Lugano on Saturday at 7:30, and they're 13-10 again, which to me is a team that's top of the league away from home. Lugano were 2-1 at home. To me, that should be like an even money or 5-6, 4-5 type of price. And my computer's just shit itself. I'm getting a new computer, by the way, so hopefully it won't take as fucking long. Paige is responding. Go fuck yourself. Wanking bastards. Anyway, if that comes up in a minute, when it catches up, I'll get back to that. Is it coming? Fucking work or don't work. See, technology, I swear to fuck. Anyway, I'll move on to Sunday. So Sunday, I only had like 25 quid worth of bets on Sunday. It wasn't, like I said, I think I did the Liverpool bet builder and I did a wee treble. And that was all I fancied. I didn't go mental. I spent a bit more. I think I had a £9 bet, a £10 bet, and a £5 bet. So only about £24-25 in bets. Which sometimes I'll do 4 or 5 bets on a Sunday, and that's, spend the same amount of money, but I just didn't fancy a lot. Quickly before we move on then, so Young Boys are top, Lugano were 6th. Lugano 6th in form, Young Boys top. Young Boys 4th best away record. Lugano have a good away record, but I think when I looked at this, Lugano, they're 9th out of 12 teams for home. Played 5 games at home, 1-2, draw 1, loss 2. And Young Boys are 13-10. So you'll probably see that in my evening bet. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the evening bet. Right, so Sunday, let me think here. So I had United and West Ham both to score in over 2. It was up. Chelsea both to score. It was up. I had Bournemouth and Forest both to score in over 2. And it was 1 each. So just needed a goal in that. And then AZ and Feyenoord both to score. And it was 1-0. So not amazing. But that AZ one was, there was loads of chances in that. My Liverpool bet builder, over 2.5 saves for thing. Liverpool played shite, so they didn't even have 2.5 shots on target, I don't think. I had Rice a foul, Saka shot on target, Jota shot on target, that was beat, and over 9 corners that was beat, which is unusual for Liverpool to have a low corner count. So that one was pretty bad. And then I had Madrid both to score was up. I had Lyon and Marseille both to score in over 2, and I think it was it 3-0? 2-0? And then Liverpool to win and both to score. Obviously Arsenal won. So some of these bets were pretty poor. So then before I move on to the bets, let's look at some stats. And the stats weren't great, so I'm thankful I got a bet up because the wins was less than 50%, so I'll go through them. So the Premier League was 10 games, all the other leagues were 12. So just keep that in mind. So the Premier League had 5 favourites, 4 draws and only 1 outsider. But 4 draws is massive for the Premier League. Championship had 7 favourites, 1 draw, 4 outsiders. That's massive, 7 wins in the Championship. League 1, 6 wins, 6 favourites, 2 draws, 4 outsiders. League 2, 3 favourites, 7 draws in League 2 and 2 outsiders. National League, 5 favourites, 3 draws, 4 outsiders. National League South, 5 favourites. National League North, 5 favourites, 4 draws, 3 outsiders. National League South, 8 favourites, 1 draw, 3 outsiders. So in total, out of 82 games, 39 favourites won, 22 draws, and 21 outsiders. So 39 favourites is 47%. So it was under 50. When we go to the overs and the both to score, some leagues were really good here, some were brutal. So Premier League, again 10 games for the Premier League, 12 for all the rest. Premier League had 9 games over 2.5, 1 game not. They had 9 games both to score, 1 game not. Championship, 6 over, 6 not, 3 both to score, 9 not. League 1, 6 over, 6 not, 7 both to score, 5 not. League 2, 4 over, 8 not, 7 both to score, 5 not. National League 6 over, 6 not, 8 both to score, 4 not. National League North 6 over, 6 not, 6 both to score, 6 not. And then lastly National League South 8 over, 4 not, 5 both to score, 7 not. So on the overs, 45 and 37, in fact they were both the same, 45 over and 37 not, and 45 both to score and 37 not, which worked out at 54%. So slightly better there. And you can see, you know, Premier League 9 games, and then Championship, League 1, National League South were all 50%. National League North, National League South was over 50%, and the only one that was under 50% was League 2, because only 4 games for overs. And they're both to score, obviously Premier League 9. League 1, League 2 had 7, so that's over 50%. National League had 8. National League North had 6, and the National League South had 5. And Championship only had 3. That's what that number. If that number had been 5 or 6, you'd have had maybe 60% of the teams in there, because the majority of them were over, and you know, only 2 leagues not over 50%. So yeah, that was last week. Looking ahead to this week, so what I've done, and again, this isn't by, you know, plan. I always with the plan of looking for maybe 5 teams at reasonable prices, and it'll get me the odds I kind of want. But some of the shorter prices I just didn't follow, or didn't fancy. So the teams in this bet are all pretty good prices. So I've only done 4 again. So yeah, so the first team is, I'll run through it and then I'll come back for reasons. So first team is Spurs at home to Brighton. They are 5-6, and Leicester away to Watford. They're 3-4. MK Dons at home to Accrington. They're 4-5, and Stenhousemuir away to East Fife. They're 10-11. Now, if you don't want to put 2 points on this and you want to, you know, throw an extra selection in, or you want to change one of the selections, I was looking at Portsmouth. Portsmouth are 8-13 away to Carlisle, but that's totally up to you if you want to take one out and throw Portsmouth in, or if you want to throw Portsmouth in and make it a 5-timer. You know, listen, I might throw a 5er on and do all of them. Who knows? Anyway. So I'll come back from the reasons. So first team, as I say, Spurs. Spurs obviously drew there late on, but their home form recently has been very good. I think this better keep loading quickly, or I'm going to crack up. So they're currently sitting, where are Spurs in the league? So Spurs are 5th and Brighton are 8th, so close together. Form. Both on 8 points, so you know it's a tight game, which is why they're 5-6. But at home, Spurs have won 4 out of the last 5 and lost 1. Brighton away, they've had 5 games at home, or 5 games away all season, and they have not won. With 2 draws and 3 defeats. So, like I say, we'll look at recent form. Spurs at home, 4 wins and a defeat against City in the FA Cup. Brighton, the 2 wins in the FA Cup is the only wins they've had away, because obviously they haven't won in the league away this season. So that's sort of, you know, I'm just hoping there that Spurs' home form and Brighton's home form continues. Next one on the list there is Leicester, obviously away. Leicester kind of running away a wee bit of the Championship, very, very good form. Watford are a bit hit and miss. Watford could go out and they could win this game fucking 3-0. But I mean, at the minute, Leicester are sitting on 72 points. They're 11 points ahead of Southampton. Watford down in 11th. Recent form, Leicester 10 points out of 15. Watford only 6. And you look at recent form, home and away. So Watford's form, they've only got 3 draws and 2 defeats in their last 5 all over. At home, they've 1 win, 2 defeats and 2 draws. And that win was against Chesterfield in the FA Cup. So, you know, a team from fucking National League. Leicester 3 wins, a draw and a defeat away from home. So pretty decent form. So then we move into League 1 or League 2? Is that League 2 for MK Dons at home to Accrington. So when we look at the table, MK Dons are 6th and Accrington are 11th in recent form. Pretty much the same. 9 points for Accrington 8 points for Accrington on 9 for MK Dons. MK Dons have a pretty good home form, third best home form in the league, 4 wins and 1 defeat. Accrington, pretty bad away from home, only 1 win, 2 draws, 2 defeats from 5. Let's see here. Recent home form. So MK Dons 4 wins and a defeat against Morecambe in their last 5 at home. Accrington, they won their last game away against Forest Green, who are pretty terrible. And then before that, they had 2 draws and 2 defeats. It was actually went draw, defeat. So not a great away form against a good home form. Hoping that is that keeps up. On Saturday. Then the last one, as I said, is in Scotland. It's Scotland League 2. So Stenhousemuir, they're 10-11, as I said, they're away from home against East Fife. Currently in the league, Stenhousemuir are, where the fuck are they? They're top. East Fife are 6th, but they're 30 points ahead of them. They're on 25, East Fife, and Stenhousemuir is on 55. They're actually 15 points clear of Peterhead, who are in 2nd, who are on 40. In recent form, Stenhousemuir, they've 4 wins and a defeat in the last 5. East Fife, 1 win, 2 draws, 2 defeats. And home form, 5 in a row. Stenhousemuir have won at home. East Fife, only 1 win in the last 5 at home. Stenhousemuir away, 4 wins and a defeat. Pretty good. East Fife actually have a decent away record in the last 5. 2 wins, 1 draw, 2 defeats, so they're a decent away team. So that was my thinking about that, and that's why I didn't put Portsmouth in, because Portsmouth, although they're top of the league, being in dodgy form, whereas it looks like Stenhousemuir are just, run away with that league. I did sacrifice the early payout on that. That was the other thing that was drawing me back towards Portsmouth. But I'll look at the Portsmouth match anyway, just in case any of you do want to throw it in, or in case I end up throwing it in. So they're away to Carlisle. As I said, top of the league. They're 4 points clear, and Carlisle are bottom, right? But form, Portsmouth, they have 10 points in the last 5, but they have been dodgy. Carlisle have none, 5 defeats in a row. I don't like that. That puts me off too, that they'll get a result. Home form for the last 5, Carlisle 1 win, 1 draw, 3 defeats. Portsmouth away in the last 5, they've only got 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 defeat. So that was sort of the thing that put me off it a bit compared to Stenhousemuir, because it was one or the other. But looking at Portsmouth's away form, they do have 2 wins in there against Fleetwood and Port Vale. Drew with Oxford, lost to Cheltenham, and drew with Exeter. Carlisle only 1 win at home, as I said, in them last 5, which is against Port Vale. So, look, say it's up to yourself what you want to do. If you don't like the Spurs one, because Spurs do what Spurs do, you want to put Portsmouth in, totally go ahead. Always up to yourself. Right, so now I'll get to, so altogether that pays 10-1. So you're getting about 100, just over 100 odds, or 110 back. That's what you're getting for your tenner for 2 points. Overs, so I'll just run through these. I'll give you the prices and then the total. So Wolves, Brentford. Actually, are these all both to score, or is any of these? There's one of these that's both to score. Shit. Where have I wrote this? Hang on, give me 2 seconds because I have it here. Yes, so the Sunderland one. Right, okay, that's fine. So Wolves, Brentford over 2, 3-4. Fulham, Bournemouth over 2 goals, 8-11. Carlisle, Portsmouth 9-10 over 2 goals. Grimsby, Stockport 3-4 over 2 goals, and then Sunderland versus Plymouth, both to score, is 4-6. In total, that's 15-1. You can see the overs bets now. The bookies are fucking decimated over. It's really, really hard to pick decent priced overs bet. I used to, for a 5-timer, I used to always win over 100. Now you're lucky if you get 100. But anyway, look, we'll have a quick look at midweek. So Tuesday night there's 7 championship games, 12 in League 1, 12 in League 2, 6 in the National League, 3 in the National League North, 3 in the National League South, There is 2 Champions League games, which are Copenhagen v City and Leipzig v Madrid. There's a Scottish League 1 game. 2 Scottish League 1 games and 1 Scottish League 2 game. In Wednesday, 5 in the Championship, and then there's 2 more Champions League, which is Lazio Bayern and PSG Real Sociedad. There's 1 game in Serie A, and there's 2 games in the SPL. And then Thursday we'll have started the knockout competition as well in Europa. So there's 8 Europa League and 8 Europa Conference League. So a decent midweek of football. Definitely a couple of bets on Tuesday, maybe just a bet builder on Wednesday, and then we'll see what happens with that Europa League. Maybe now that we're into the knockout stages, it's a bit better to bet on. So anyway, before I just go, I will give you my profit loss for January, and it's the best month I've had. So out of the 5 weekends in January, I got a bet up 4 times, so that's pretty consistent. And in total, so I bet £355 and I won £642. So in total, that was £286 in profit, and that puts me at 470 up for the season. Which, look, at this time of the year last year, I think I was up 1,000. So, I'm not hitting last year's targets, and I probably won't hit the targets. But look, if I'm still in profit, I'm not going to complain. The other thing was, I did have a lot of free bets in January because of those Christmas offers. So I had like £50 in free bets from those. What was it? There was a Liverpool game, wasn't there? Where you got 25, and then a Newcastle game, was it? Or a United game? There was 2 games anyway where Bet365 offered 25 or offered free £5 bet per goal, and both games had 5 goals in them. So that was 50 quid in free bet. So even if you take that off, you add that to the total of bet, it would only be 405 bet, and still, 641. So 642 would still be 230 odd pound in profit. But look, it is what it is. There were free bets, and I mightn't have done all those bets had they not been free. So then the stake might have been less. Do you know what I mean? So I never count that because it's free. But anyway, that's basically it for this week. It's a pretty long episode today. I had a lot to get through. Obviously, apologising about last week, and then I had some winners to talk about. So that's good. I say, hopefully now that's the best month I've had this year. Hopefully I can February make it the same, get a couple of winners. But yeah, that's basically it. And it just leaves me to say, if you are doing a bet, good luck and happy ponding.
Here, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, thanks. Let me find out you fucked up. I'll leave you wherever I find you.